Well, it's 11 p.m., November 1st. Pretty much everybody got paid today. Government workers get paid on the 1st to the 15th, a lot of corporate. And then the weekly, they got paid today. Traffic is slowing down for a Friday night because they're all off looking to get drunk or go have some restaurant experience somewhere. Or yeah, there's actually, well, here comes one. And I've been sampling. I feel really pretty good because I've been taking my pain meds today, and unlike what my doctor said, she told me incorrectly not to. No, you have to take the Xanax with it to prevent shallow breathing. She told me the exact opposite, that it would actually cause, respiratory suppression. She's wrong. She was just repeating what she was told to tell me. It's not the case, especially not with me. I've had good energy because was handed a challenge around 4 o'clock in the afternoon of where am I going to sleep? I'm going to sleep right here. I was already knew it was coming. Anyway, since my last video, I've sampled about 50 movies. They're all horrible. I found one good channel that's got about 1,000 old black and whites on it, and then I pick one out, and it's Pygmalion. The name's familiar, and it's because was done actually in color with, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. It takes the remake. What the hell they call it? I just am having trouble finding anything original or anything interesting that isn't, either romance or crime related or shit like that. Yeah, I can get away with the S word. And really, I've been sitting here and I've been thinking I'd just love to go because I'm really not having any, despite I've already racked up about 2,000 feet today and getting up and down and moving around and stooping, I'm doing pretty good. And I'd love to go off for about, maybe a 3,000 foot or more walk, but I'd like to do it unencumbered, no valuables bag, no pushing the wheelchair along in case I, have to sit down. I'd love to just take off because I haven't done it in years. When I first came to Austin, I could barely walk at all. And for these past 21 months, most of it, I could barely walk at all and had no use of an arm. And I just love to because it's still relatively warm. It's about 73, 74 degrees. It's, nearing midnight. There's probably not going to be any rain tonight, I think, in the morning, but I just would love to just go for a nice, slow stroll and let my mind wander and stuff. Maybe go over the other side of Decile. There's a couple of areas I'd like to just kind of get a look at other than from I guess there's street view and stuff, but kind of scout them out. And I just would love to do it, but I want to do it unburdened. I don't want to have a valuables bag over one shoulder or the valuables bag on the wheelchair to bring the wheelchair along in case I develop troubles walking. All I have to do is hit one little pothole or it's really bad when you can't even go walking for a couple thousand feet without running the risk of, something getting dislocated, out of joint. I used to love walking. You couldn't stop me from walking. Especially when I moved out to the Bay Area, the hills of San Francisco, I loved, I had the strength, I had the big calves. Walking up and down those hills was nothing to me. It was other people that just would fatigue the hell out of them, but I just love kind of just, I've always been that type. If you have a good walking city like San Francisco, Actually, I did pretty good even in New York City and stuff. It's a pretty good walking town. It's I wish it had a few more anyway. So I've just finished a nice little pot of beef stew, and broccoli and cauliflower and carrots, and I'm still not bloated. Not really fatigued. The wind's picking up a little bit. It's up to about 5 to 8, about 8 miles an hour out of the west. But I'm not depressed. I was in a depressive mode, but like I told you, the pain reliever, the opioid, I'm having the opposite reaction to it. It stimulates me. Part of it is, one would have to assume that by relieving the pain, the depression goes with it, so my mood gets elevated, and it's what I'd really love to do is just walk right now. Walmart is closed, but I'd love to go over and kind of check out a couple areas that I haven't really walked around much in. Or I did see part of that area when I first got here because I had to go over to Goodwill to try to find a pair of shoes that would, although tight, would fit me for a while, and a shirt or two and stuff until I could get my Uber account going so I could get out and around. I don't know, there for a while I lucked out and I got a whole string of really good black. Usually if you get one good black and white movie and stuff, right below it they'll give you all these suggestions for other ones. It was one would lead me to another, but when I go looking for them, they're hard to find. And I've already been through the YouTube movie channel, and it's all garbage and just really, it's been those kind of crap movies that have been made in the last 30 years. I almost even started off watching one of the kind of the Riddick movies, and what was it called, like I don't know. And as soon as I got about 3 minutes into it, I realized I'd already watched 10 or 15 minutes of it before, and like everybody else commented, I'd quit watching it. It was just garbage, a garbage movie. It's amazing how many movies they've made on tiny budgets. Look at Cass Comerford's movie, which won 6 awards, what really is equivalent of 6 Academy Awards in Australia. And it was only like $4.5 million to shoot that movie. You don't have to spend a lot of money to shoot a good movie. Some of the best movies I've ever seen have been shot on a shoestring, on nickels and dimes. It's all it takes is a good idea, a good director of photography, and a good script, good dialogue, good acting, good improvisation sometimes. Part of my good mood is that the air is moist too. The air has been moist for days, but my nose isn't dripping. It had, because we just went through about 8, actually 10, 12 weeks of very dry air, which made it hard for me to like clear what little crap I accumulate in my lungs. It's the dry air irritates the eyes. It was blowing the dust in my sinus. It was making the skin on my legs just look like like I was a freaking a snake about to shed its skin. There's studies that say actually a restaurant, or when you're eating, they claim that the ideal humidity on eating to be able to smell and taste everything is not dry air. It's, you know, like they do in a lot of restaurants. It's really about around, they claim, 65% humidity is ideal for I tend to agree. This little bit of, you know, this, well, significant rise in humidity has allowed me to enjoy even more the rather no spice, real kind of delicate flavor diet that I have. And I've already wasted 10 minutes of your time just trying to tell you I want to go for a walk. I'd love to go for a walk with just nothing more than is in my pockets and not have to worry about anything, but I have no place to lock up my stuff. Yet, my benefactor, she'll be back from the reunion in a few days, Monday, I guess, and then I think she may have already voted, but she said she'd be back by the 5th election day. I think we're politically and religiously, I think we're pretty well like-minded. And she's even been respectful of me. She will use the terms the Lord or Adonai instead of, she knows I've had the name Jesus just drilled into my ears so many times. Anyway, what happened today wasn't unexpected. I just love to go, especially since the traffic's cut down. I could, you know, make it across Dessau without, you know, having to worry about getting run over, because, you know, sometimes I walk slow. I need to walk slow and deliberately. Although sometimes when I get up in the morning, I'm surprised that I can walk so good, so straight. But after about 400 or 500 feet, I start getting that burning in my gluteals, and it kind of lets me know it's time to sit down and rest. But I don't want to do that. I want to go out and just walk with free and easy and with just what's in my pockets. And not have to be constantly pushing a wheelchair because I can't push it with both arms. I can't ride in it. I have to use it as support and a place to sit down when I'm. Yeah, I know they have those walkers, but those walkers don't have everything that I need, which is I need to be able to travel with everything that I need, you know, a backpack, etc., you know, in case I, you know, have a little boo-boo or something, and you know, it might take me an hour or two to recover and get up and get on my feet and start pushing a wheelchair again. Anyway, I'm just slowly just kind of adapting to what appears to be the fact that I don't think the surgeon has any intention of keeping his original promise to repair me. That's the Scott White, their shoulder specialist, said nothing about it. That's why I dumped him. They're kind of treating it like, well, you're old, you're arthritic, you know, get used to it, you're going to have a gimpy arm. No, I don't accept that. This is one of the richest, if not the richest country on earth. You judge a society by how it treats its weakest members. And let's not forget that I was put in this place, in this position, because of the policies of the Biden-Harris administration. I had this guy that's pretending to be black, admits he's just a troll, came on and called me crazy for being homeless and supporting Trump. I had a little I left him a little answer. I didn't give him a like or a heart. I gave him a little while to read it so he'd get into his system. And then I reported him for uh, essentially what is hate speech and harassment. Calling me crazy is hate speech. I'm a protected group. If you're going to call me crazy, that puts me in a protected group. I'm very nice to people who are nice to me, but if you're not nice to me, I'll use everything because y'all do. All them leftards and stuff, they use every chance they get to make complaints. Anyway, I'll let you go. It was creeping up on the midnight hour. Let me get this in the ashtray because I don't want to. Nope, I missed it. After midnight, we gonna jump and shout. See, one of the reasons I'm in a good mood, I will finish with this, is that tonight, without having to worry about, leaving my phone on with the alarm set, even though they open late tomorrow and the traffic would wake me up, I don't have to worry about maybe sleeping, staying up late and then sleeping, late, and then all of a sudden be faced with having to hurriedly, bag up, pack up, and roll out. Me, I can just sleep in this chair all night. I guarantee you, with one hand on my fillet knife and shit, and in the morning, all the screwballs coming up from that direction. Actually, if I just cover my face, they probably won't really annoy me until somebody goes, "Hey, would you like something out of Starbucks? A cup of coffee, a croissant?" No, thank you. Or they'll come up to me and once again try to give me. It really has bothered me a lot. If you hadn't noticed, I've had so many weeks where it's $100 to $200 or more that they either buy without asking me, or at least ask me, and then I save them from. If y'all just gave me that money, I wouldn't have a worry in the world. Everybody who's either bought, hot food for me that I really can't eat without getting ill. It's been so long, I can't remember the last time I had a stomach cramp. And the only loose stool I had was because I took Senna to overcome the opioids, and I'll have to take some probably tonight or in the morning. Anyway, just want to remind you that the good Christians, which I forgave, wasted so much money on stuff that I can't possibly use. Feminine hygiene products, come on. Medium or small t-shirts, stuff like that. Just all this endless junk and all that food and stuff. It's really now, if we count, especially around Thanksgiving, if we count it at restaurant portion, price per portion and stuff, and all the stuff I've put in the dumpsters, all the stuff I refused, it's creeping up on about $15,000 by now. That would have been enough to house me these past 480 days in Pflugerville. I want y'all to think about that tonight. If you're that your lack of any kind of coordinated effort, you're doing stuff really for yourself. But even the woman admitted, I didn't do it for you, I did it for me. You keep doing stuff to make yourself feel better. And all it does is just burden me and does not benefit me at all. It pissed away enough money to have housed me and not, but I don't think you really want to. You want to keep me here as your sitting duck that you can come and try to convert, or you can come and be, you know, try to give food or slip a few shekels to me to make yourself feel good instead of just rectifying my problem. Why isn't there some kind of interfaith council here? We have it in my hometown, except I'm not there anymore. There's, no public transportation. There's only now, recently got some kind of Uber activity and frankly, the food selection isn't that good unless I, go strictly on just a kind of pretty much a meat diet, meat and eggs. See, if y'all had some kind of interfaith council and real, targeted charity, you would have helped an old man that's proven that I'm not a drunk or drug abuser. 480 days. I've been shown higher pain tolerance and greater discipline than anybody in this town. No days off for 480 days. Anyway, I'd love to go for a walk. When you've been old and crippled up for as long as I have, it's only been a few times in the last 20 years. Well, less than that. It took a long time before God gave me that miracle of relieving me of the interstitial bridging. But it's been since 2009 where I had gotten off the Franken foods and was recovering, and the muscle came back and everything, and where I was consistently walking, I could do a kilometer at a time. Been since 2009, but even then I'd be carrying a small pack. But it's been 2009 since I've been able to walk a kilometer and rest, and maybe go to Shaw's at some supermarket, get a rotisserie chicken, after 3 o'clock, very inexpensive, or a quart or two of Stonyfield Farms yogurt. Chicken one day, yogurt the next. I talked about this before. Walk a kilometer there and not take the city bus and walk back and chow down, and I was getting up to where I could walk, and a kilometer at a time or half a kilometer. I was getting up to 6 or 7, 8 kilometers a day. All you healthy young people who, I know some of you think I'm over here faking it sitting in this chair. I'd just like to say before I go, bleep you and your opinions of the world, unless they're correct. And a lot of you get them correct. I'm mostly just talking to the snotty kids that I run into here. I think that really the majority of people in Pflugerville are good people. And they just, they've got a life to live, and they don't have the time to really, and it's kind of probably embarrassing for them to hang out and chat up, although it was very common when I first got here. But the novelty is worn off. People have gotten to know me, and I do have the #1 YouTube channel in Pflugerville. In the last, 450 days or something, I've racked up more watch hours than any other channel, including Ty Nguyen, who has the most subscribers. Got a couple of great rap videos. Love your rap videos, Ty, but you're just not a comedian. You ain't got the chops. And me, the only thing I've got going for me is storytelling, a bit of wisdom, and a lot of knowledge. It takes time to accumulate intelligence, data. That's what intelligence is data. And I'm sorry, somebody's walking by in dark colors. You can be barn smart, but IQ, the collection of data, takes a long time. If you're young and you think that you know it all, you don't.